action.
Hi, my name's Rich, and I'm from Ape&Bird, and I made this little video to show how I made these shoes from my old Converse, so I could upcycle them to a wider toe shoe, more barefoot, because they were too narrow before. And so these are made 4 years ago, and I've been kind of working on the method and trying different things and different soles, and it's been pretty fun. But I made a little video of the latest rendition, and I think it can be kind of smoother in some ways, but also there's interesting, you know, different materials you can use, different approaches, so be interested to see what anybody could do with that. But here's my little way of doing it, and it's kind of fun. It's like resolable. It's reusing tops or making your own fresh, new, or trying different fabrics. This is corduroy. But yeah, it's pretty fun for a casual shoe, and you know, see what you can do. Man. Step one. Get a buddy.
And 3, 2,
Good.
and 1.
Okay, so yeah, you want to just take your shoe off, get your pencil, get a piece of cardboard, and you trace your foot, keeping the pencil square to the cardboard all the way around, trying to keep it square in the back, side, and
Yeah, you don't want it angled to be smaller.
yeah, so true to size. Then if you're not doing it from an upcycled shoe, to find, you know, where it bends, where your foot bends, around there, something like that.
Get that crank.
And yeah, so those are the marks you need now. So okay.
All right, next up.
Okay, so we traced out our foot, and it gives a kind of craggly line, but you're just gonna wanna, you know, smooth that out and give you a little space, or any shape you want, really. Go around, you know.
Pointy, three-toed.
I like to make the back a little bit wider and square here, because if it's too pointy in the back, then it's gonna be tough to sew. So that's something. Anyways, yeah, you do that, and you have your line here, and I just made a template out of wood, and I guess this would be the base template for me, or it could be that, or piled cardboard. But then you kind of want some important marks. Would be finding the center. That's 4 inches, so so find the center of your toe, and this is where my foot creases, so I'm going to put that line here, and that's keep that square. So that's an important line. And then to find the center of the back here, you're going to want to measure around this and mark the halfway point.
Divide by 2.
Divide by 2. Mark the halfway point. So maybe you want to cut this out first. And so it's cut out. And I just measure from here to here.
You know, you can take it and pinch it, and then you can find the halfway.
Yeah. Yeah, I got 19 1/8, so I'll just say 19 and move it back a little bit. And that's gonna be 9.5, right? So 9.5, that's my center point, and this comes in handy later when you're putting the back top on. So yeah, these 4 points are important, and mark it on both sides, 'cause that's also important for later. Yeah, so this is the base. So yeah, you have your template from your foot, both sides, and the marks front, halfway. So then you need to make the sole pattern, which is just this plus your seam allowance, which I use 3/8 on everything. So you just trace this around and then add 3/8 all the way around. Then you can put your marks on here too. This becomes useful. So you're gonna take this and then you can put, you need 2 of these, cut 2 flip. So cut one like this and like that.
Right.
Depending on your fabric. Usually fabric has one good side. But from this, then you can make your tongue. And so the tongue piece is just, it's just the end of the sole piece, but it ends here, and then you add the tongue. So also, if you have an existing shoe, this was an existing shoe, so you can get the pattern from that. Obviously it's a little longer, but this piece, that's that pattern, and then I just put the old over it to make this a little sturdier, because one layer is not enough. It's just kind of too flimsy. But that also goes for, you know, a low top, same thing. And this is kind of an easier way to get this pattern too, which is obviously an old shoe, and cut it off cut the bottom off and just reuse it, because it has all the outlets and not outlets,
And liner.
and liner. But also, if you take the pattern, you can make that yourself too. So it's basically, you just take this pattern, put it on a piece of paper, you know, and if you sew them before, you can do this anyway, I mean, I guess, but you sew it together and you flip it, and then you top stitch. And
Show that.
you know, you put your holes. You can get these if you want, or we just put like a glue on this and stitch it here, so it should be good enough. So you don't need an old shoe, it just takes less time, and they're good to reuse. You do have to, I usually just crunch out there's 2 holes here, and then patch over them,
Or like this.
you do make it look like a cassette tape or something. But they're too close, so you have to take them off. And so but this is the patterns you will need. This is the side, which I do 1.5 with 3/8 seam allowance. These are the pieces that you'll need. 2 of those, 2 of those, 2 of those, and 8 of these, 4 liner, 4 outsides.
And make sure you flip them.
Oh yes, flipped. And that's important for later on. Very important to keep your sides together, right and left. Well, let's do it.
Okay, so we cut out the pieces.
Yeah, these are all the pieces marked out and cut out. So there's 8 of these, 4 of these are liners for the outside. We're just using all the same fabric for the liner and the outside. There's 4 tongues.
Mark the centers on the tongues. Mark all your lines.
Yeah.
Just mark them all. Mark
There's 2
everything.
soles, and how you get the length of the side wall is the length of the circumference of your sole that you will be putting on here, starting here and here.
Plus an inch.
Yeah, so that's that plus an inch.
So you got 2 of those.
1, 2, 1, 2.
2 of these. These are the heel.
Piece.
Okay.
Optional.
Okay, so we'll cut them out. And cut. All right.
So okay, we just finished some of these edges with the serger. Doesn't have to be, but it could be zigzag too. But also, we did the tongue, put the 2 pieces together, liner and outer, bad to bad, because it's
All right.
because we just serged the outside and that's finished. So a left and a right, and we also marked some of the pieces because you do want to keep these separate. It's very important. And so if you have an existing shoe, then the top's already made, so you'd be kind of like on your way to being done. But if you're making the top, these are the 4 liners, and what you do is good to good, good to good, the 2 outers, good to good, good to good, and you're gonna attach these together first. But if you already have a top, then you don't have to do that.
What, you're sewing this and just this back?
Just the back for now.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll do that and then come back.
Okay. Now we have the backs.
Okay, so the backs are together. Outside liner. And then it goes good to good again. And stitch this together.
And top stitch it.
And flip it after, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so once that's that, so this is shut here and flip it.
And then top stitch.
Top stitch. Okay.
Okay. Okay, so we have all the pieces serged and marked.
Yeah.
Left.
Yeah, very important. All marked. Mark 1 piece. We have our start point, and this would be the good side to the good side. You start right there. You go to the machine and you sew it this way. with the strip down from that point. So that, and just go around sewing it.
Then top stitch.
Then top stitch, yeah, actually I have it here. So we're gonna go around, and that's good to good. Then you're going to flip both edges upwards and top stitch it. So
the bottom's nice and flat.
yeah, so it makes the bottom flat, right? So this is the edge, and you stitch it up. You'll know when you do this because it'll be just a loose edge. And then you stitch it up to the sidewall on a top stitch. And then you stitch this edge together. And this is pretty, I mean, if you have an inch or whatever, that's fine, but you don't want to have too little. This is where, you know, this side piece has to be long enough. Even if it's too long, then you can tuck it, you know, and that's
Better be longer than shorter.
better longer than shorter, yeah. But yeah, so you do that and then stitch it up.
Perfect. Okay, so we can do that on ×2. Alright, then we'll cut the eyelet holes with this little tool. Then you can fray check. Where's the fray check? I don't have it around, but you can liquid stitch around it or sew around it.
Yeah, just get a little fray check and.
Where's your finished ones? If you want to show your finished ones.
Oh yeah.
It's like the cooking channel. You have an extra.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like a glue, and it just seals the edge, and feels kind of sharp. But yeah, I'll make it last longer, and then I'll pop a stitch over here, close it up, and that's an easier way. You could go around it too if you want. Okay, so we have top, back, and the sole piece with the sides on it.
Verified.
Left, always make sure, and toe side. It's easy to get confused. Anyways, what you're gonna want to do is mark on the wrong side, mark the centers. Very important, front and back. Because the way that it works is this is the good side, this is the good side. So you're gonna go good to good. Always start like that. You can see your marks. And you're gonna start sewing from the middle out. So, you know, it's gonna have to go, you do that one side, then you come back here and do this other side.
And top stitch.
And then, yeah, we'll show it, but but yeah. And then, so that's the principle of it, but you have to start with the back, then you go to the tongue, and it's the same idea. Take the left piece with the left pieces, and
Good to good.
good to good. So, and it's also like, in this case, the toe is this side, you know, and the toe is here. But if you're looking at it, it's like the good side and good side. So one way to know is to do that. Both good sides will be showing, bad, bad, good, good. That's why you know, but then you're also gonna start where the marks are, and sew outward. Either way. That way you'll be in line when everything will line up right, but start with the back first, always.
Okay.
Okie dokie. So this is a shoe inside out, and we just put the sides on, coming from the middle out, then out, and now this is the good side. Left, good side, toe to toe, good to good. Yeah, that does work too. But you need to do the same thing. Start sewing from the middle out. That way it'll just be lined up and you don't have to think about anything. And it goes over that. So when you flip it all over, it ends up under. And that's important because you want an overlap here, obviously, when the shoe's done. And that's underneath, not on top, because I've done that and it's whatever, but that's why it's important to do the back, then the tongue after. Always sewing from the centers out, and just makes it so it all lines up. Otherwise, it needs to be crooked, and that's cool too. It's not like, you know, it's your own shoe, but it's just easier, I think. So we'll go do that and flip it around for you. One. Yes, okay. So we went through all that and we stitched from the middle out for the toe as well. And it does look like this. This is, you're on the right track, but see if you flip everything around.
Starting to look like a shoe.
And yeah, starts to look like a shoe. And then clip all your threads, but what you're gonna want to do is top stitch this down, so it'll be like that, right? No.
I'm gonna top stitch it to look like this one.
Yeah. As far up as you can into it. So you're not gonna make it around here. It's like too tight to go in the machine, but
Top stitch what you can.
yeah, it's far up, so you only get to there, but it's fine. It just holds this down so you don't feel it, and so.
And then you can add the heel if you want to add.
There's also a heel patch, yeah. And
tough to see, tough to get in.
Kind of
so
get difficult because you're gonna have to like. Then this is whatever. It doesn't have to be either way, but you know, yeah, you have to try and get that in there. It's all around, so.
That's how it will look. Okay,
Totally optional though, so, but because then, yeah, if you top stitch that, then you're almost there. Just add this couple more steps. Okay, so we made our shoes here, one left, right, and this is the sole pattern. This is the soling we'll use for this. Well, you know, you can use other stuff. That. Ripple.
Basketball.
Yeah, something you can find maybe. Very important to flip, or you'll have two right or left feet, I guess.
There's no grain on this one.
Yeah, am I messing that up? I didn't think so.
That's just enough.
I think it's the same way.
Oh yeah.
But that is an interesting, that's a good point. And you're just gonna wanna cut it quite a bit bigger. Maybe like that for now. So when you're gluing, you don't have to like be super precise because we're gonna use this. It's contact cement. It's the original too. Different types. I don't know if it matters. But it's all contact cement. So I'm gonna use something to hold it tight like that. I'm just gonna glue it right to this edge. And this is a porous surface, so it needs two coats. And yeah, how it works is you do it, you let it dry, do another coat, you do it to both sides. And then I like to heat it a bit. And then when it's both completely dry, you stick it together and press it a lot. And that's what I did with these. And the more you press it, the harder the bond is. It's like to stand in it and like rub it down with something, get in there, and so it sticks pretty good. I mean, and eventually if this wears out, you can take it off too. That's re-sole it. So yeah, there's that. Different options, but follow the directions. This is contact cement. And then for the outside, we've been, for the side and the toe, we've just been using Flex Seal. One coat. It sticks the fabric really well. It's super flexible. It's clear ish and doesn't use that much. And it's waterproof.
Some example. What are these, 2 years old? 3 years?
Yeah.
That's still.
So I mean, there's other stuff. You don't need it. Obviously, it's up to you. I've used just the glue itself, doing like couple layers, you know, and then once it wears down, you can do another coat if you want. Same with this, but so you see it does have like a yellowish tinge to it. This is supposed to be more clear. Yeah, it could stick to itself too. I mean, after a while it won't, but so that's, you know, some experimentations, but this does work. And that's the process you do.
And show the insole that you could make or buy.
Yeah, then you get yourself an insole too, right? So there's that. But I just did you draw your foot out like you use your pattern and on a piece of fabric, and you just zigzag stitch rope to it, so you come into the middle and then fill it in, and then you cut it out, and it's like a cotton insole. But I mean, you can do other insoles too, of all kinds. I've used I don't even know, a bunch of stuff, you know. standing mats,
Cork.
cork on fabric. You could buy insoles. This one doesn't have any.
I might have one, but oh, you have one.
I have.
You have an unused. Could buy these, whatever, online.
Buy zeros, and they're wide toe, so I don't know. This is the wrong side, but
You get the idea.
yeah, any sole, and then that's it, you know. That's and you got yourself a shoe that you made, and no one could say. Yeah, so a big reason, I mean, was we're just making Converse into Converse with the unique ones, I guess, but we'll take the first ones is they're just to my foot. They're just way wider, like, and so the whole like barefoot and zero drop too. So you get to like kind of adjust how much padding you want and size to your foot. I mean, if you had 2 different feet, you could make that, you know. But yeah, just a way wider toe box because Converse are notoriously skinny, but the style is still cool. So that's one of the main reasons I even did any of this. So yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Action.
So yeah, we just have some examples here. I think I said before this the first pair, and I've had to restitch them. So, but it's cool because I got a hole here, and I just restitched it and glued it here too. And it's still working, so that's good. And yeah, I had a bunch of different tops, and they just were too narrow for me at the time. But we've been putting different. That's the Richies, and if you want to make them, and you know, let us see them too, or hashtag or tag them Richies or Richie. Also, we have a workbook or a zine with more details if you're interested at Ape&Bird.com. Ape&Bird.com. But yeah, just made a few. So these were cool. They're like a wool upper, and there's a lot of different, you know, different fabrics you could use, or colors. You can. It's kind of endless. But and then you can rubber this. This is just plain Flex Seal, but I'm sure you could use like a wax, a canvas wax. There's different stuff, you know. Different uppers too. This is a PF Flyer. So any style of canvas shoe, not any, but a lot of style of canvas shoes can work. Even the low tops, and these have a corduroy toe, which is fun. And so in the tongues, so these is a print upper. Sometimes this can happen too, like the bottom comes up, but just pop more glue in and re-glue them, you know, or take it off and put a new sole on when it wears out too much. But this is kind of a good example of wearing them in. They do start to form with the foot, even on a thick rubber. This is thicker, but see, it kind of started wearing in, which makes it more comfortable. But yeah, I was gonna show the tongues too. It's like I usually try to make a double or use the existing, because one layer of fabric is kind of too flimsy, I've found. And these were a cool pair to reuse, like, 'cause I think the bottoms had all messed up, and these are kind of a funkier pair, so you can also make them last longer. You know, they have a different style eyelet system here, which was interesting. And you know, this is cool. You can take away from this, put a strap on here, and maybe in the back.
Oh yeah, I like
so you can
for the laces is nice too.
Yeah, so there's different the stitch pattern back here for the heel cup too.
Exposed serge they did on that.
Yeah, and most of the shoes have a heel plastic rubber piece in here that I just take out because I don't sew over it. So that's another thing that I do. You could probably be replaced with like a buckram or something that you could sew in. That'd be interesting. Here's like some kind of other brand shoe that was the same style, and it's quilted. So can be like also inspirations for something you want to make. We made this upper, and you know, find the shoe like this and take the pattern. Maybe it's too tall, so you cut it down. And here's one that I was kind of just riffing, you know, but so I placed this side piece with that, and I did a top stitch on here for this bottom, and I cut them here, make it more of like a boot type, and they're pretty good. You know, when I first glued this and it came off, then I just re-glued it, and it's been on ever since. So if it comes off, you know, don't worry too much, just do it again. But yeah, always put 2 layers of glue on a canvas, like on the sole, because it's porous. And then I've been heating it before you put it together, just so like a little bit like a hair dryer or hot heat gun or space heater or something. But it really does help, and just really rub it together with something like a marker or something smooth. But yeah, this is a bunch of different examples, and they're mad fun. I mean, it's involved, but you know, it's rewarding. So you get to wear them, show them off, and
no one else has them.
yeah. So Richie's and ape&bird.com, the workbook. Let's get to it.